Hello, Krista. Welcome. In theory, everything should be okay, especially if I don't try to use Elden Ring key bindings. Hello, NB. Welcome. I do want to grab the Gold Serpent Ring before killing the first Titanite demon. If I don't get the catch pole from that, I'm just gonna hack it in because I don't know. I feel like that's the most obvious thing to do. Hello, Deuterium. Hello, Adam. Welcome. Yeah, live stream. Usually do it at this time of the week. It started a couple minutes later than I wanted to because IBS, but everything's fine, probably. I've used the Titanite catch pole a little bit before. I used it in... What playthrough was that? Oh, my HUD's off. I completely forgot. Not that one. Okay, I used it in a playthrough where I was using a different halberd and had to get to Anor Londo, I think. And it was really good, but I didn't use it for that long. Yeah, I think almost 600 people voted for this, which is a lot. Actually, over 600, because I think last time I checked it was at 1.1k votes. And over 60% of that, oops, once again, need to not use Elden Ring key bindings. I've been playing too much Elden Ring. Yeah, lots and lots of people voted for this one, which I feel like I should have expected, because like it's a very uncommon weapon, and the pole was the Titanite catch pole, and then like the Drake sword, the barbed straight sword. I don't even remember what the other one is, to be honest. Just very, I don't know, not very eventful or special weapons. Hello, Hilda, welcome. I need to get my chat to be in front of OBS. Oh my god, okay, there we go. Okay, everything should be good this stream. Hopefully I don't need to do any more testing. I had to, or I didn't have a second monitor for the past couple days, so hopefully nothing is weird from swapping out my monitors. There we go. I believe the requirements for the weapon are like 16, 14, which are pretty low. So I shouldn't have to do any like soul duping for requirements or whatever. I will get 10 humanity, which I'll do with duping because that's the easiest way to do it, and I don't want to farm humanity forever, obviously, but I don't know. Otherwise, this should be a pretty straightforward stream, especially because it uses Twinkling Titanite, so I won't even have to like do depth clip to get the ember or anything. Werewolf. Okay, humanity. And then obviously you get it right next to Sens, so. Hello, Loot Crate, welcome. Yeah, not too much running around or setup required, which, I don't know. I hesitate to say it's refreshing because it's not like the setup that I normally do is that much, but like not having to go to New Londo early is really nice and stuff, so. I don't know. Very, very straightforward one today. So I guess the highlight is the weapon, right? Because who's used it just because it's so rare? I think I've gotten it by chance 2 or 3 times ever, and that's saying a lot because I play this game a lot, but I also don't kill most of the Titanite demons in most of my playthroughs. But I've gotten it in 1 or 2 boss weapon runs, which are the runs that you're gonna be killing a lot of Titanite demons anyway, so I don't know. Hello, Trashly, welcome. Oh, you have? Did you do a full playthrough with it? Or did you just like use it for a bit until you found a different weapon that you wanted more? Or that you enjoyed more, I guess, if it was your first playthrough? A full playthrough a couple months ago? How does it hold up in the late game? I know for the early game, like even up through Ornstein and Smough, it's pretty solid. But I don't think I used it past Ornstein and Smough. I don't even remember. I think I used it in the playthrough that I got Ornstein's Spear in. I have that playthrough like recorded, and I have it like I have the video, but I'm not sure if it was that one. It's decent. I don't even remember what the scaling is. It does have one of my favorite movesets. I know it's pretty similar to like Gargoyle's Halberd or whatever. Which is weird. It's so weird to me that the Halberd has like a pokey moveset, but then the catch pole doesn't. The jump attack, I suppose, is kind of pokey. Should probably grab. No, it's fine. Stamina is for cowards. Actually, I have been playing Elden Ring a lot, so I don't know if my stamina management is going to be all messed up. What weapon is my favorite moveset? Probably the Scythe. Not the Great Scythe, but the Scythe. Scythe. Also, thank you. The Bardiche Scythe. That's called the Halberd, or that is in the Halberd class, even though it's called the Scythe and is a poleaxe. You know, that one. We're not even 10 minutes into the stream yet. Can't start flirting immediately. You know, surprisingly, not too concerned about those chunks. Normally, that would be the best part of that. Can you get a third Twinkling Titanite? I'm not sure. Honestly, the straight sword moveset in this game is kind of nice. Like, especially on the Baldur side sword. Couldn't remember the name, but I don't know. I feel like just because straight swords generally, you know, aside from the Baldur side sword, just aren't super great in this game. It's hard to appreciate the moveset. Coming for your weapon later. Better watch out. Post-sleep shenanigans. Yeah, well, that doesn't mean that it needs to happen immediately. I should probably be drinking more water. I haven't drank very much today. Yeah, I did a playthrough with the broadsword, like a full playthrough with the broadsword, and like damage-wise, it wasn't great, but the moveset is really nice. I really like the moveset on it. My least favorite moveset in Dark Souls 1 at least is probably Ultra Great Swords, which really sucks because I love Ultra Great Swords, but I don't know, the moveset isn't particularly intriguing most of the time. Okay, I'm gonna do this on the other side. Oops. Immense skill issue. There we go. Oh, no, go down. What the? Oh my god. Of course, the very first drink of water I take, I inhale it. I'm okay. I swear. Oh my goodness. I don't do that too often. Probably more often than most people do. Longsword for the thrust R2. I don't know. I never really liked the longsword or the short sword. The damage on them is just extremely underwhelming for how basic the moveset is. Like, I don't know. Actually, the halberd is probably my least favorite moveset in the game, now that I think about it. Like, most halberds have really fun movesets, but the halberd itself is pretty awful. Come on. Okay, come down a little bit then. Don't do that one, that moves you too far. Okay, I can't do it here. This should be okay. Oops. There we go. No, I'm not dying. I'm okay. I promise. Yeah, the regular halberd is awful. I like gargoyles, lucerne, black knight, scythe, obviously. Oop, no, come on. Hello, Cusco. Welcome. Okay. Isn't the gargoyles halberd moveset like very, very similar to the black knight halberd moveset? Yeah, Baldur's Straight Sword is probably just the best, or Baldur's Side Sword rather, is probably just the best straight sword in the game. It's kind of hard to compete with it, to be fair, even from other weapon classes. It's like one of the best weapons in the game, arguably. Especially, it's like really fast. You can buff it. Has piercing damage for the Leo ring. Like good range. It's fast. I don't know. There's not many downsides to it, so. Yeah, the Black Knight Halberd is really good. I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure just from like a numbers perspective, the Gargoyle Halberd is actually better. But I think I can just make it down if I run, right? Come on. Okay, we're good. And now we wait. But obviously the Gargoyle's Halberd takes longer to get than the Black Knight Halberd, so in terms of speed running, it's worse. Yeah, the Black Knight Sword is really good. I used that in my first playthrough, I want to say. I used the Claymore for a while and then switched to the Black Knight Sword when I got it, which I got in... I don't remember, actually. I think I got it early, actually, but didn't start using it until after Ornstein and Smough. But the Black Knight Greysword is also pretty fun, I think. There we go. Okay. I don't think I grabbed a bone, and I don't know if there are any incense, so I'm just gonna... Assuming the bowler doesn't catch up to me first. Oh, well. You got it from the very first one and used it from then. Hello, Verdant? Is that how you pronounce that? Please correct me if that's horribly incorrect. I should level up this sword a little bit. I know I said I wasn't going to do too much duping, but this is the one exception. I don't need 99. Okay, I'm going to quit out so I can get the quantity reset. I don't know. I've always wanted to do a, like, phalanx build, but I've never gotten around to it. Actually, I don't know how many I need, so I'm just going to go with it. Like, I don't know. I think a partisan phalanx build would be fun with, like, just some great shield or whatever. Oops. I tried to press the Elden Ring button again. Okay, I need 9 of these. And... there should be plenty to fight this guy. I've never used the partisan. I've used the spear, I've used... actually, I don't know what other spears I've used. I think just the spear. I don't know, I've been wanting to use the partisan specifically, just because I realized it's one of the few weapons in this game that, like, is notable, just for being, like, a cool weapon that I've never even really considered using outside of that. Okay, this damage isn't the worst. Not good. not the worst. I feel like this fight is very similar to the Stray Demon once you get used to it, just a little faster paced. Like, you have to, or don't have to, but it's easiest to just get behind it and start smacking and then get away when it does the jump attack. Which is basically the Stray Demon fight. Oh, I have used the Silver Knight Spear a little bit, not too much. I don't think I've used the Wing Spear, though. I didn't even put on the ring. That would have been unfortunate. Okay, good. Okay, come on. Thank you for not just spinning. There we go. Oh? Oh, oh right, I forgot it's guaranteed to drop the Titanite. Okay, let me open up DSR Gadget and just give myself the weapon then. Titanite Catch Pole. I think I've also used the Silver Knight Straight Sword a little bit, but didn't end up loving it for whatever reason. Probably just underwhelmed from the damage because I was using great swords and was not spec'd for it at all. Yeah, shield poke build, phalanx build, same thing. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these souls. I didn't know you just died right there. I thought you had to go all the way off. Foiled over. Actually, I'm gonna go get Twinkling Titanite from the Crystal Lizard over by the Taurus Demon real quick. And then I probably won't upgrade the weapon at all until we reach Orlando. Moonlight Butterfly Spear. Did I use that? I know I've used the Demon Spear, and I think the Moonlight Butterfly Spear is the same length, but I don't remember if I ended up using that in a stream or not. Yeah, I've never done the Ring Shield either. I think the timing is a little bit more specific than the Brightness Dupe, actually. Not, like, significantly. But it's also fewer steps, and you don't need to worry about, like, placing things specifically in your inventory to account for how the menu moves and whatever. So I find it easier, despite the slightly stricter timing. So, I don't know. But you also can't do that method of duping on console, because you need to use the mouse. So that's why brightness duping is more common. But that one does take a lot less setup, so... I highly recommend it. Dark Souls 1 is very fun. If you couldn't tell, I replay it a lot. I've been trying to make an effort to use more boss weapons. Like, a lot of them are honestly kind of underwhelming. But, I don't know, they're cool. Like, Gargoyle Halberd, I never would have really tried that, just because I didn't go out of my way to use boss weapons. But then, like, Ornstein Spear is awful. Smough's Hammer is, like, very underwhelming in terms of, like, I mean, I guess it is a great hammer in Dark Souls 1. I don't know. I want to use the Great Club as well. That one seems fun, and I just haven't done that yet. Hello, Clemo. Welcome. I think that's how you pronounce that. Yeah, Fury Sword and Chaos Blade are really fun. Chaos Blade was one of the first boss weapons I used, and then Life Hunt Scythe as well. I mean... Okay, thanks. That was a very interesting interaction. Yeah, the Chaos Blade is really good. In Tori at the time, Aurora's Chaos Blade at minimum stats video, she was struggling with Manus, and I ended up trying it out to see what it was like. And I think I second tried Manus, and like that was right after like learning Manus for the first time with my Asylum items only video, I think. That was when I like really learned Manus, and I believe it was just after that. So I had like Manus's entire moveset drilled into my head. And like just by pure chance, I was able to do that pretty easily. I don't want to walk back. Where's the closest homeward bone? Probably the merchant. I should buy a few. Actually, oops. Oh my god. Let me out. I don't remember if the male undead merchant sells them though. Okay, unupgraded. That is very good damage. I think my favorite boss weapon I've used was the Life Hunt Scythe though, specifically. I don't know. I've just never like come across the Great Club in a context where I want to use it. I'll put that on the next poll though, I think. I'll have to... Someone remind me after the stream and I'll put that on my list. I do have a few other weapons specifically for the poll. But I'll have to move that one to the top of the list because that one is one that like I should have used by now. Oh my god, I'm alive! Okay, I guess I don't need any homeward bones. I swear I'm usually better at the game. Been a lot happening the past few days, so I'm gonna blame my incompetence purely on that. Did I? I think I used Priscilla's dagger through the whole game. That one was pretty fun, too. So Priscilla's weapons are just nice, but... Oh, it takes 2,000 souls to upgrade it. That's so many. Yeah, Blood Shields. Honestly, I maxed out my bleed resistance with the Life Hunt Scythe, and it's so funny to see a massive bleed bar when you're doing that. I had Blood Shields, I had Gargoyle's Helmet, I had... I think it was like... I don't know, it's a weird mix of things. I think Smough's Gauntlets. I had... Oh, wait, no, I don't think I had the Blood Shield. I think I had the... Gargoyle's Tail Axe is actually slightly higher bleed resistance than the Blood Shield. And I ended up using that because I wanted the like maximum amount of bleed resistance. I even used duping to max out my stamina just because I wanted the highest number possible. You can't see, like it doesn't all translate into like bar length, it tops out. But the number does still go up and I wanted the highest number because I thought it was funny. Scared to do Manus and Calamite? Yeah, that's fair. For me, I go between... I like shift between different moods. Sometimes I'll just want to tear through the game. And when I am in a mood like that, I'll just like play through Dark Souls 1 again with like... I don't know. Basically any greatsword. But then sometimes I'll want to like sit down and like really learn a boss. Also, damage, Jesus. And when I'm in a mood like that, I'll probably go play something like Elden Ring or even Dark Souls 2 with a weapon that I've never used before. I need to learn Dark Souls 2 better, to be honest. I should play that game more. Yeah, I need to finish my Dark Souls 2 playthrough of that. I haven't yet because my characters got erased because I had to reinstall Windows. Which... I got my character on Scholar Act, but not my... Or, like, I replayed through part of the game. But I haven't done that on Vanilla yet, because I just really don't want to play Vanilla. Going through Elden Ring and using terrible weapons. Recently, or I'm terrible at Elden Ring, so I've been playing through it with the Banished Knight Greatsword. Because I remember using it for a little bit in an old playthrough, and really enjoying it. Honestly, after the stream, I might just go play Dark Souls 2 and get that back up, because I do really want to do that series. It's really fun. It's so much work, because, like, I have to play through, you know, 2 versions of the game and talk about everything. And it's a lot of editing to go through, you know, 6 hours of footage and turn it down into a 3-hour video that keeps most things in it. But it's still a really, really fun series to do. So I do want to do that. Torch pole gang gang. I didn't even know you could get the torch pole as a weapon, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna go upgrade this a little bit. Yeah, TB Skyan. His Souls his boss, I don't even remember what it was called. His Dark Souls boss analysis videos are really, really good. Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Bloodborne, I think he's done, and he's working through Elden Ring. I don't know how far he's gotten into Elden Ring. I stopped watching them because it was just so long between releases that I just kind of lost interest, but once the series is done, I'll go back and watch all of them. Yeah, Elden Ring, at least right now, is very much not a game that I enjoy going through with bad weapons. I do sometimes with Dark Souls 1. Like, I have a playthrough with a Ghost Blade, and I made it up to... I've done every single boss except for Artorias, Calamite, and Manus. And, like, Calamite and Manus are easy. I can do that, no problem. But the problem with Artorias is he keeps... Oh, excuse me. Usually I use jump attacks to punish a lot of Artorias' moveset, and I just can't do that with the Ghost Blade because you'll jump and just completely whiff unless you have very, very precise positioning, which you can't get with the Ghost Blade and with like the time that you have. So yeah, I'm glad you're liking it, Krista. It's really good. I'm happy to see you actually understand the game. That's not something a lot of people do. A lot of people will just bounce off very quickly when they like don't understand it and won't realize that they don't understand it. So that's kind of part of why I want to do the playthrough. I don't know, critique through, I guess, is the pseudonym I've been using for it. But I don't know, it's very fun. Cutting Seath's tail, yeah, it sucks. The best, or in my opinion, the best strategy you can use. Excuse me. No, don't attack him. Go through the hole. Come on. The best strategy that I found is to break the crystal, and then while he's flailing, you run behind him and cut off his tail, but it's pretty difficult. Especially if you can't end up getting past the tentacle. Or you have to go into the arena, quit out, so that you start on the opposite side of him, then run past him, and before he finishes turning around, you have to cut their tail. Otherwise, he'll turn around and not be able to, or you won't be able to cut it off, obviously. Or, well, it'll be harder. Yeah, Moonlight Greysword is really fun in this game. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite spellsword weapon. Just because you can't buff it. So, like, while you do get pretty decent intelligence scaling, it's just not as fun as, like, basically any standard fast weapon. Like a curved sword in a spellsword build is really fun. A hand axe in a spellsword build is really fun, too. I don't like anything about the Seath fight. The Seath fight is the one thing about Dark Souls 1 that I genuinely just do not like. And it's not like, I don't know, it's inoffensive, so it's not like I despise it or whatever, but I do think it is the weakest part of Dark Souls 1 by far. The invisible pathways is cool for a first playthrough, but in terms of replayability, I don't think the Crystal Cave is that great. I do love the Duke's Archives, though, so I can forgive it for just that. Like, if a gimmick is what it took to get a really good level design in the archives, and whatever. Moonlight Butterfly has Sif's theme. I don't know if Seath has it, though. I genuinely don't remember. I don't pay attention to the Seath fight. Yeah, Duke's Archives is a really, really good level in terms of level design, but it's also just like a really good atmosphere, too. I think the archives themselves, I don't know, I kind of go back and forth in terms of like which of the 4 Lord areas is my favorite, because I love New Londo, but the Duke's Archives is also just really, really solid. You're right, Moonlight does have Gwyndolin's theme. Right. Never mind. I got it backwards. Sif does share a theme with someone though, right? I don't know. I don't remember. I have a hard time paying attention to music in games unless I'm like going out of my way to specifically pay attention to it, because it's more like a mood setter or background thing, rather than something to specifically be listened to for me most of the time. I'm so happy. I was very much hoping I'd be able to do that. Very difficult Quay-like fight. Oh no. Oops. Ooh, drink. Okay, everything's fine. We're good. Yeah, I assume most people haven't used this weapon, just given the fact that literally hundreds of people voted for me to play through the game with this one. I'd put Tomb of the Giants. Also, a lot of people ringing the bell. Jeez. I'd put Tomb of the Giants above Lost Izalith. Actually, I don't know that I would. I don't know. This is what I mean. I like all of them. Lost Izalith is really interesting to explore, I think. I don't know. I like all of them. But generally, New Londo and Duke's Archives are at the top two. Hello, Styro. Welcome. Oops. I don't care, really. I didn't want to rest anyway, to be honest. I just kind of went over there by instinct. But I really don't want to have to climb out of Blighttown right now. Yeah, I think like the maze area. Also, that was an insanely fast Quay-like fight, Jesus. I think what was I saying? Yeah, the maze area in New Londo, like it's covered in poison, but it's also just like, not New Londo, Izalith. It's really fun to explore. The atmosphere of Izalith is really cool. I don't know. I like Lost Izalith. I think it fills its purpose perfectly. Like I know it's not finished, quote unquote, and that's why there's just kind of bounding demons everywhere, but I don't know. I think it's still a good level for what it needs to be in that point in the game, and especially for the lore of the area. I think it works fine. Yeah, the Dark Souls games. I don't know. FromSoft games, FromSoft Souls likes generally are very, very good. I think that was the large club. There's the club, the large club, and the great club, right? Or am I forgetting one? Honestly, I kind of want to play Dark Souls 3 again, and I plan to with a couple different people, actually. But I just want to do, like, a normal playthrough of Dark Souls 3 again. Because, like, I don't know, after doing my whole playthrough, the 7-hour series that I uploaded to this channel, I've, like, really learned to appreciate the games more, or that game specifically more, and the level design and how everything is laid out. And now that I've done that, and I understand the game better, and I like it more, I want to do another playthrough, just like really understanding the game as much as I can. Yeah, Reinforced Club, that's right. Reinforced Club being very good for soul level 1, especially if you fire reinforce it. Well, I guess any reinforcement, or fire reinforce, fire infuse it. I guess any any infusion, I completely forgot the word there, would be good for it, just because it has good base damage, and infusion copies base damage, but... If I remember correctly, the Great Axe has the highest physical base damage when like uninfused, which means it has the highest infusion damage, I think. Oh, I should check scaling. I don't have any scaling at all right now. It does magic damage? Wait, really? I had no idea. Okay. I guess I'll just level strength. I'll just do 2740 like normal. I had no idea it had magic scaling. Wow. Actually, health is probably important too. I don't want that on actually. Little giggle, but I can't believe this. I honestly, I think Ceaseless Discharge was supposed to be an innocent name. I disagree. I think Lost Izalith works perfectly for like where it is in lore and everything. Like I understand what you mean, and I wouldn't complain at a more fleshed out level, but for what it is, and especially because the level design fits the aesthetic so well, I don't know. I think it's fine where it is, but I do definitely understand what you mean. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh yeah, I put the pressure plate already. I guess I can put on armor too. Might grab the brass set. Just for my favorite armor set in the game. I don't know. It'll happen eventually. There it is. If you just keep moving, those arrows will never hit you. You can walk, you can run. As far as I know, in all the movement speeds, except maybe overloaded. And you just won't get hit by those arrows. Actually, you probably get hit in overloaded, but if you're in light roll, medium roll, and I think heavy roll, you just won't get hit. Lost Izalith Demon Ruins is a beeline to the boss. I mean, yeah, if you don't want to explore, if you don't like having fun, I don't know. I like exploring them. Like the quests they're a part of, or rather the quests that you do in them, rather. And like just the stuff that you can find there. I don't know. I think for a lot of builds that aren't just like standard builds, they're pretty fun to explore too, just on their own. More pyro ladies? I don't know. I don't think the pyro ladies are or the pyro lady rather, is very interesting to fight. And like lore wise, would it make sense to even have more? I don't know. But yeah, more enemy variety. I see, definitely. Yeah, I see what you mean, but I don't know. Again, like it's chaos, right? I don't know. It works for what it is. Oh, that's just the strong attack. That's not the jump attack. Owie. Imagine dying to the Iron Golem. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna hit the ankles, to be honest. Like that, I guess? Just have to wait for attacks. Oh. Okay, second attack. If I get time to do it. Okay. I need to time that better. I don't know if it's even worth trying to knock him off, to be honest. Or knock him over at all. Oh, there we go. One more. Oops. If I can hit him. How do I kind of damage the R2 house? That's not bad, but it's really slow. It's probably worth it in some scenarios, like especially against Manus or whatever. most of the time I use physical damage, but now that I've played this game, you know, so many times, doing only standard damage is not boring. I still like going through it with basic builds, but I think it's more fun to experiment now at this point. I hope you enjoy your playthrough of the best Souls game. And consequently, my favorite game of all time. I feel like I have a weird mix of favorite games, because like Dark Souls is my favorite game, but I also really, really love like Tetris, Car Quest. um, I don't know, Super Mario 64. Does this game have hexes at all? Like it has dark weapons, right? Or occult weapons, but I think they just scale with faith, right? Or do they scale with faith? Sonic 06. I don't know. That's a weird one to me because like it is one of my favorite games ever, and it is my favorite Sonic game, and I really, really love Sonic games. But it's also like I don't know if I would put it in my top favorite games of all time, even though Sonic as a series is one of my favorite series of all time, if not my favorite. So Dark Beat isn't really a hex though; it's just a sorcery that does physical damage. It's not like it does like occult damage, right? They scale with faith and do magic damage. Okay. Yeah, I mean, video games generally are like my biggest special interest, artistic special interest. Um, but like Dark Souls and Car Quest and Tetris specifically are also special interests on their own. And like I go back and forth on them in terms of how much I focus on them, like especially Car Quest and Tetris, just because I do YouTube now. Dark Souls is basically always up on that list, but Tetris and Car Quest I'll, you know, play for a month straight and then not touch for months. And then I'll go back to it for a month or two and then not touch it for months. Yeah, I don't think Dark Beat is supposed to be a hex. I think it's just, I mean, lore wise, I don't know. It might be, but I think it's just a specific type of sorcery or a special type of sorcery, like abyss magic, right? I get to upgrade this to. I shouldn't have leveled up. I should have kept my souls for getting Twinkling Titanite. Oh well. Do I have soul items? Oh yeah. Okay, that should be fine. Be able to get this to +5 and deal actual damage. I don't know if it's worth going for the magic damage scaling. Probably not. Maybe if I keep favor and protection on. I don't know. I never really considered using this for a spell sword build, but I don't think it would be a very good idea to do, just because like you're not going to be able to level attunement, and most of your damage is probably going to come from physical anyway. Yeah, Abyss Sorcery. Well, I mean, like, Abyss is like humanity, right? So I guess you could interpret it as hexes for sure. Even if it's not like technically considered hexes within the game, because that idea didn't really exist within the series yet. Hey, can you do something, please? Oh my god. Thank you. Oh, it doesn't? I don't know. I've never actually used hexes in any of the games, so I'm not sure. Oh, I don't have back buttons on this controller. I've been claw gripping for like 30 minutes straight. And my hand kind of hurts. And I was going to use back buttons, but I forgot this controller doesn't have back buttons. My other one did, but my left trigger broke. So I can't actually use that one. I thought Dark Souls 3 had hexes. Does it not? Because it has like the dark magic, right? Are those not hexes? Do they not scale with both faith and intelligence? Or the lower of the two, I guess? Okay. So they, okay. That's what I figured. Oh, but they're not like a magic type in them, in them of themselves, right? How many do I need? More than that. I think I need 6. Probably. I'm gonna use the boss holes, and if that doesn't get me there, I'll do... Krista, I have a new controller. Well, I mean, it's not a new controller. It's a controller I've had for a while. But Krista... Okay, I don't think that's going to be nearly enough. That's... Thank you, Krista. That's a lot of money. I really appreciate it. When YouTube pays me... Or, well, actually, I need to pay for, like, HRT. But after that, if I have the money this month, I'll buy a new controller, I promise. Come on. I swear I can do this. Okay. Is there a thing in Dark Souls 3 that lets you cast whatever magic type you want? I know there is in Dark Souls 2, right? I think there is in Dark Souls 1. I don't remember. Reinforce. Okay, yeah, I got the right amount. I'm glad I remembered. Yeah, very, very straightforward playthrough. I'm gonna go ahead and lose my souls. Dark Hail. Cheater. Look, it's not my fault that I don't want to spend forever grinding for souls while on stream. Don't think there's one for all 3. Is it? I don't know. Oh, I see. Okay. Oop. Eesh. And they're like not very good compared to dedicated catalysts, right? In terms of actual damage. Where did the Silver Knight go? Did he just keep running up? Huh. Okay, so they don't scale both things. They just... Krista! What the... That's too much money. What the hell? Thank you again, but Jesus Christ. That's so much money. Overflowing would be an understatement. Thank you. Oh my god. Yeah. Explode would be an accurate word. That comes off as not YouTube friendly. Not what I meant. I'm very glad he didn't follow that up. That would have... I'm alive. Forgot to block. Not... I wanted to equip that, but I went to the wrong menu. I swear, I'm fine. Probably. I had caffeine a little bit later than normal. Maybe it's not kicked in yet. Very glad I'm doing a good weapon today. Ah. It's Krista's fault. My brain isn't working because Krista gave me too much money. These are the consequences of your actions. There we go. It's a very good thing this does a lot of damage. What's the R2 damage like on this guy? That's fine. Probably not worth it over the R1 right now, though. Not for this fight. Feels very weird playing Dark Souls 1 again after having played Elden Ring for like probably 12 hours over the past, I don't know, week or two. Like, just not having to worry about doing poise damage for actually good damage and whatever. That... I thought that would kill. I thought that was going to be it. I could... This does piercing damage? No, this doesn't do piercing damage. I can't use the O-ring here. Krista, I blame you. Hello, Luna. Welcome. You should have gotten Cyberpunk. You could have gotten, well, I was gonna say you could have gotten a lot more time out of that than I would a new controller, considering I already have one, but I don't know how true that is. Either way. Pirated Cyberpunk like 3 times. Why multiple times? What happened? Owie. Yeah, reaction time is not up to snuff today. Uh-oh. Okay, everything's fine. Which is usually fine, because it's Dark Souls, but... Uh-oh. Okay, I think if you get hit by that and he follows it up, it's not possible to dodge it. I don't know if that's true, though. I think the Super Smough hammer sweep killed me so many times that I switched to Super Ornstein, but I did switch to Super Ornstein eventually and beat the boss first try with Super Ornstein. But now I hate the Super Ornstein fight, and the only thing, I don't know, the Super Smough fight is a lot easier if you just like pay attention to what moves he's doing, because like I would say Ornstein is probably easier to reaction dodge. But if you just, like, stand back and don't get greedy, Super Smough is so much easier. I don't know that I've ever seen him actually start with the lightning like that. Okay. Uh-oh. Everything's fine. I'm so used to him staggering in 2 hits from big weapons, but I guess this isn't really that big of a weapon, huh? Not a huge amount of poise damage relative to something like a greatsword. Okay. There we go. Okay, this is the one. This feels so much better. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. Instability damage is good, too. 4 hits to stagger? Oof. Owie. I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting to get hit by that at all. A follow-up there might have hit me. Oh, come on. His knee grazed me. Uh-oh. Ah! Okay, everything's fine. We're good. I promise I won't get greedy this time. I say as I follow it up with a very greedy attack. Okay. There it is. Never mind. There it is. Yeah, don't trust fandom. I would say fandom is just as bad as Vextra, to be honest. Fandom is not super great. I despise the Super Ornstein fight because the hitboxes are awful. Like especially his sweep attack with the spear. It's just the hitbox goes so much lower than it looks like it should. So you get hit in places that it doesn't look like you should. Yeah, Wikidot is probably the most reliable wiki for Dark Souls 1 at least. I haven't looked into anything for Dark Souls 2 or 3 though. Yeah, Effectra and Fandom are not great. Generally. I'm going to go fight Gwyndolin, I guess. Actually, it's probably better to go here. I don't think it's weird that you want to adopt someone. I think that's a pretty normal thing, especially if you're not, like, you know, capable or don't want to have to deal with the trauma of, like, having a child yourself. Arguably, in my opinion especially, or at least, adopting is just, like, more morally good anyway. So, I don't know. I would say that's a good thing. Yeah, but I want the brass armor. The brass armor is worth it. Trust me, I'm gonna have the best looking armor in the game. And you'll forget he ever existed in the first place. Wow. Oh, I wanted to cut the tail, but... There we go. Yeah, because then you're, you know, not bringing a child into the world where, you know, it's going to be very difficult to have life. And you're also relieving a child of, you know, a potentially horrible life with how foster care seemingly is and all that. Fashion over femboy. Words to live by. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad my reasoning is sound. That might not have worked. I'm not actually very good at this this glitch, but it is very useful, especially when you don't want to go out of your way to do the other things to open this. See, that's the thing. Gwyndolin is trans mask. Like, I'm not gonna say that interpretations of video game lore are wrong or whatever, but it doesn't make any sense to me to think of Gwyndolin as a trans femme. Like, based on all of the item descriptions, based on everything you know about Gwyndolin, Gwyndolin was born, raised as a daughter, so, you know, AFAB, specifically because of affinity to the moon, as opposed to, you know, physical appearance like we do it in the real world. And then later wished to be recognized as a son, and even started relating, or as a SON son, and even, like, started relating himself to the SUN son because it was seen as more masculine, right? So Dark Sun Gwyndolin as opposed to, you know, Moon Moon Gwyndolin, right? So, like, everything he does is specifically related to what is considered masculine in his society. So, like, it genuinely just does not make sense, in my opinion, to consider him even wanting to be feminine, let alone trans femme, when he was raised, you know, AFAB because raised as a daughter. Okay, let me not die. I mean, MTF TM doesn't even make sense to me, right? Because he was just AFAB. He was treated as a daughter growing up. Is that not... Like, obviously his gender wasn't because of his sex, it was because of something else, but for all we know, sex doesn't have anything to do with gender in the Dark Souls world, you know? The Portal videos, those ones are really good. The second one is really great. Born male, raised woman, chose man, I think is a more useful way to say that. In these kinds of discussions that are, like, going back and forth between sex and gender, I think it's a lot more useful to refer to sex with male and female and then gender as man and woman. I think it just makes it more clear, if that makes sense. But yeah. Like, conflating sex and gender in a fantasy world, it doesn't make sense to me. So, like, saying, oh, he was born a son, but then raised a daughter. That doesn't make sense. He wasn't born a son. He was born a daughter. He was born into a position with an immutable trait that caused him to be considered a daughter. You know? And then he transitioned and started relating himself to the masculine and everything. Okay, I should actually probably level up stamina if I want to wear the armor I want to wear, but this is probably way too heavy, right? Never mind, the catch pole must be light. Yeah, okay, cool. And I guess I also have Havels and Favor and Protection, so that makes sense. That's entirely valid, Adam. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? It's in my opinion, extremely clear from everything we know about Gwyndolin that he wants to be a he, you know? Like, again, he relates himself to masculine traits within his society. Everything he does is to be seen as related to the son, to masculinity, to his father, even. Despite, you know, his father not wanting to see him as who he was. So, I don't know. Like, again, interpret the game lore however you want. I'm not going to police it or whatever. But to me, it just makes no sense to consider Gwyndolin a like feminine at all outside of appearance. Fashion over femboy, indeed. I think my favorite thing about this armor set, like, it looks incredible and it's probably, or, well, armor combination. It looks incredible and it's my favorite looking armor combination in the game. But it's also extremely easy to get. You need to fight Ceaseless, and which is already required, and Gwyndolin is the only optional boss that you need to fight to get this. Snake feet. Sneak, indeed. That's so dumb. Yeah, I love how the gold on the gold hem set just matches with the brass perfectly. Like, it's slightly different, but if anything, I think that adds an interesting contrast. And like with most of the lighting in the game, you're not going to see that difference anyway. So, I don't know. I really like it. I don't think about color theory or whatever. It just looks cool. Okay, I'm actually going to put it here to de-aggro. Also, we are schmooving through this game. Already at, or only an hour in, and already here. Pingu. I forgot about Pingu. Everyone was always talking about the walrus as the scariest thing in that show, like the nightmare with the walrus. But for me, everything in that show was always weirdly uncanny. I feel like I associate Claymation with just like creepy stuff, because there was that Claymation kids TV show where they like go to hell or whatever, and that was like on every single scariest kids media like top 10 list ever on old YouTube. Ooh, no, please. Am I stuck? I might be stuck. That is... Oh, no, I'm not stuck. I do have to go around, though. Oh, but I have to go all the way around the top of the thing again because I quit out. Wait, can I not? Oh, wait, okay. This is why you kick down the ladder. Everything's fine. It's like The Adventures of Mark Twain, I want to say. Something like that. Yeah, it's like a claymation. The entire clip where they like visit hell is uploaded to YouTube in full. At least it used to be. I don't know if it is anymore. But yeah, then there's like Coraline, which is like kids horror. A lot of like horror adjacent stuff uses claymation. I think, didn't Paranorman use claymation? I don't know. Lots of horror adjacent and just like straight up spooky kids media used claymation, so I just associate claymation with horror. And then there's like that Courage the Cowardly Dog jump scare with the lady with the snakes on her head. That's claymation too. So it's just like Claymation is horror to me. So, Pingu, while not being horror at all, and is actually, you know, a comedy, is just like uncanny to me for that reason. I didn't press that button. It queued the roll. Oh my god. I didn't even press it that time. Like, I fell. And I took my hands off the controller. Jesus. Stop it. That's rude. I can't believe I did the... I've never fallen there. I don't understand. I've genuinely never fallen off after doing that. And I just did it twice in a row. I watched Paranorman once, and I don't remember anything about it. But, like, you know, obviously it has the paranormal stuff going on, so it is still, like, horror adjacent. Okay. Let's pray that I can make it up. Cool. No. Okay. We're good. I fell off. You know, I don't need the killing word. The buff guy was gay. I don't know. I remember something about like a Frankenstein dog. I think that was that movie. And it was in black and white? Question mark? I don't know. I remember like really wanting to see that movie as a kid too, because like there were so many ads for it. But I didn't watch it for years. Hello, Ria. Welcome. Oh, right. I have to go this way first. Okay. Get the ghosts out of here. Do I have bones? I have bone. This probably isn't a good place to use it. I need to kill Sif. I completely forgot. I always do 4 kings first, so I don't forget to do Sif, and then so I don't forget to place the Lord Vessel. And lo and behold, completely forgot Sif. ADHD. I hardly know her. Yeah, I forgot to kill the dog. Tragic. You say that right after I forget a required boss. When I'm not attempting to converse the whole time, I'm generally a little bit better at the game. So hopefully that ends up being useful instead of, I don't know, whatever I just did. Yeah, I can do DLC before Sif in a stream. I don't know what would be good for it though. I could do it right now, actually. Where do you learn the lore of Priscilla? From Priscilla's items and stuff. I don't know. I could kill the Hydra and then the Golden Golem and then go get the pendant and do that right now. It's not like my damage is going to get much higher. Oh, I should kill the golems. Oh my goodness, I'm being flirted with again. While I'm trying to play Dark Souls, and I'm doing badly at Dark Souls. If I die to the Hydra, I'm blaming the 3 of you. Oh, good. Okay, I'm blaming the four of you. Yeah, Via speak is a language you have to learn, I get it. Took me a while, but I've also been entrenched in it for a while, so. There was a joke someone came up with a while ago. I will put it in the Discord after the stream, but it is similar to beating Dark Souls while being flirted with. If someone wants to remind me after the stream of that as well. I don't remember what the other thing was. Yeah, I kind of do already do that every stream, so. Yeah, I think Rhea does too. Okay, we're fine. I think I have mentioned it in the Discord before, but for those of you who don't know. But I don't think I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, so. Definitely not YouTube safe. Yeah. I'm sure I could disguise it in an innuendo or whatever, but you know, more reason to get people to join the Discord. The wording is important too, I think. So another reason I don't want to do it on YouTube. Ooh, instability damage. I don't think I have a bone. That is unfortunate. I didn't think about that because you get one from Sif. Is it worth the 20,000 souls? Probably not. Okay. Oh, place the Lord Vessel first. Almost forgot the other thing that I usually do the Four Kings first to avoid forgetting. I would never kill Dusk. We gotta save her after fighting Manus. Then I can kill her. Okay, we need the spray emote on YouTube. I don't know if I have enough emoji slots to like, or have enough members to have emoji slots on YouTube yet. But if I do, I will absolutely be adding the spray bottle. Yeah, I think the spray bottle would be the most fitting emoji I could possibly add to the YouTube chat. Though it might see a bit of it excessive use. My hair is in my face. I can't fix it because the boar is going to obliterate me if I try. Okay. Ah! Everything's fine. Ah. Very difficult boar fight. It's a comp. I'm proud of that joke. It took me a lot of time to get the footage for it because I had to play through all of Remastered twice to get the footage because I lost the footage the first time I did it. But, oh, excuse me, it was very worth it. That is a pretty big insult to the boar, that's true. I don't know that our toaster settings ever get changed, actually. I think we all just like our toast the same way. So luckily, ooh, that's not something I need to worry about. Excuse me. Yeah, that's something a cop would do. I don't think this has a sweet spot. Oh god. Don't even have a toaster. How do you make toast? Did I ever tell the loaf of toast joke on stream? It's not even a joke. It's just something stupid I said one time. Eek, that made some people laugh. If I have said it on stream before, I'll let you find it in the archives, but if not, I will mention it here. I still don't have a bone, but luckily the bonfire's right here. Oh, but the... Actually, it might be a good idea to just do the archives now so I can have a little bit more health or something for the DLC. Don't think so. I don't know. The thing is, I don't think it's funny anymore, but it is something that I want to have archived just because I thought it was really funny at the time. And I don't know if I don't think it's funny anymore because it's actually not funny, or if it's because I've just thought about it so much. Yeah, cops do that too. Cops should be not a thing. Anyway, the loaf of toast. I don't know. What do I even call it? A story? That's not the bit. So I went to the store the other day and I asked for a loaf of toast, and they said they didn't know what that was, and they said they had bread, and that they had a toaster. And I asked why would I buy the things to make a loaf of toast if I can just buy a loaf of toast? And they said that there was a diner, you know, over the way that I could get a piece of toast from, but I just wanted a loaf of toast. There was a bit at the end, I think. I think there was a punchline. I should put on the thing, but I do not remember what it was. And I'm positive that's why I don't think it's funny anymore, now that I think about it, actually. I think the idea of a loaf of toast is... it has the ingredients to be funny. I also like butter toast. We used to this is, I don't know if this is like a white person thing or a poor person thing, but every now and then... Hello? There you go. Okay, I'm glad you giggled and it wasn't just a waste of time. Anyway, for when I lived with my mom, she would make dinner, like a proper dinner every night, right? Like with well, you know, a dinner. And every now and then we would have a piece of buttered bread, not toast, just buttered bread with dinner. And that was genuinely just like a treat with dinner. And again, I don't know if that's like a... And it was white bread too, so probably a white person thing, actually. Yeah, cinnamon toast is good. Yeah, Pasaka is... Oh. That was not the grab attack, unfortunately. I'm not allowed to get hit by that. Yeah, that's exactly what we had buttered white bread with, too. So I assume that is a white person thing. Squidge missile. I don't know, buttered white bread is just like, it's weirdly sweet, but it's also kind of plain, but it just tastes nice. And that's probably because it's sugar and fat, but, you know. Yeah, that's very understandable. Good food transcends race. Well, that's the thing, right? I don't think most people would consider that good food. Yeah, white bread is kind of sweet, especially compared to most other kinds of bread. Tacos transcend humanity. uh, Considering bread is, you know, pure carbs, and carbs are, I don't remember if they are a sugar or if they get broken down into sugar, but like carbs are basically sugar, right? So it makes sense that bread is sweet. Like even, you know, the less sweet breads are still have sweetness to them, but white bread specifically has no bitterness to it or sourness or um like anything. So it's just sweet. I'm boring. Sourdough is my favorite kind of bread. Yeah, I like a, I don't know, a peanut butter and jelly on white bread or whatever, but I don't know, like a ham and cheese on white bread just isn't great in my opinion. Close to a cake, yeah, probably true. Sugars are simple carbohydrates. Starches are complex, okay. I mean, like, again, all bread is sweet by nature of being carbs. Um, but it's just white bread doesn't have anything else to it. Like sourdough has the sourness to it, right? Or like I don't know, a lot of breads kind of have like a hearty flavor to them or whatever. But white bread just doesn't have anything, so it's just sweet. And like it's a very mild sweetness, but eek, ouch. Okay, I'm very glad it didn't teleport away. The bread version of a chocolate bar. I don't know. I feel like any sandwich that isn't supposed to be sweet just isn't good on white bread, in my opinion. Like, I get why you like it, but not my thing. Um, I don't know. How similar is French bread to white bread? Because I feel like, you know, French bread is probably my favorite kind of bread to have a sandwich on, but I blame that purely on Jimmy John's. Yeah, white bread is definitely more texture than flavor. That's a good way to put it. I've been in bread form. Is it that good? I don't think I've ever had any soda bread, assuming there are multiple kinds. Yeah, bread generally is good. That's true. Tamsty indeed. Tamsty? I'm gonna go with Tamsty. That's more fun to say. I'm gonna cry if I die to Seath. Okay, I look forward to it, Krista. Triple Cheeseburger. I mean, I don't know. I feel like most people probably don't do the Duke's Archives first after, or after Anne Orlando, which like I don't usually either. But this is for fun. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. Second sightseer? Question mark. Hello, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I always do Nulando first as well, so I can place the Lord Vessel with Koth instead of Frampt. And even when I don't do that, I just jump past Frampt. I've had that thing one-shot me at like very, very high vitality, which is very unfortunate to happen this far into the Crystal Caves. Yeah, it's the closest, but it's also the hardest. I used to repeat playthroughs, and like, I don't know, when you're in my first playthrough at least, I think I did Lost Islith first because that was the first golden wall I ran into. So doing Nulando before Sens. Yeah, I mean, usually if I want to get like or if I'm doing a standard weapon, and I want to get a plus 15 early. Also, this weapon, or this damage isn't great. Like, I know it does magic damage, and that's probably why. But damage is not doing incredibly right now against these guys. Hopefully the Seath fight isn't terribly long. Okay. Yeah, hating Frampt is morally correct. That's true. This is going to be an unfortunate Seath fight. I might grab Red Tearstone Ring for DLC. I don't know. I don't think I'll need it, but just in case. Fed Frampton 1,000 pikes. First of all, Frampton is hilarious. Secondly, what possessed you to feed Frampton 1,000 pikes? Hour and a half, but I don't know. I'm usually through Ornstein and Smough at about an hour and a half ish. But I got this weapon super early and didn't have to go out of my way to upgrade it or anything, so. I think I'm gonna start calling Frampt Frampton from now on. That's really funny. I really like that. Queer stone rings? That's genius. Why did you have 1,000 pikes to begin with? That's a lot of pikes. Can your inventory even hold that many items? Because I know there is an inventory limit, but it is pretty high, right? Oh my god. Yeah, I guess not having 1,000 salmon would be pretty tragic. I'm pretty sure that Crestfallen Warrior goes hollow because like the bells have been rung and his purpose was to tell people about the bells and how they were going to fail to ring the bells. And once he lost that purpose because the bells were rung, he went hollow. But I also like the idea that he went hollow because Frampt's breath was just so awful. Okay, but why did you dupe that many pikes? I think that's where the main thing comes from. I want a little bit of vitality. Oops. Defeat the Frampton. While you listen to the sweet soothing sounds of Andre's hammer. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. 1,000 salmons. Frampton is funny, though. I think that's a good thing. The Firekeeper soul in Undead Parish? Oh, right. Like you use the Firekeeper soul to get the humanity to kindle the bonfire? Is that what you mean? I've been drinking water. That's why I had to go to the bathroom. You killed Andre because you didn't want to listen to the hammer in an area that you rarely go to, other than to get to Andre. Why were you sitting in that area for so long? Just do covenant items. I assume this was one for to die then. Because the quantity storage, the negative quantity storage dupe on remastered doesn't give you actually more of the item. It just makes a really, really, really heavy version of the item. Okay, so you didn't actually feed him 1,000 pikes. You fed him a pike that weighed as much as 1,000 pikes. Why didn't you go to literally any other bonfire to dupe souls? Oh, wait. But you need Andre alive to dupe the souls. What? Wait, then why would you do the inventory limit dupe? If you were in remastered and could just do the negative quantity dupe. And you need... Wait, hold on. You need Andre alive to do the negative storage. Like, you can't... You have to talk to him every time you want to do the dupe. So why would you have killed him? Okay, so then you didn't get... The negative quantity storage doesn't give you multiple of the same item. It gives you one item that weighs a lot. Doopy thick. What does what does doopy thick mean? Brightness dupe isn't complicated. It just takes a little bit more setup than the other dupe. Like, you move whatever item to this spot, I think, and then you like press these buttons at the right time. I don't know. And then you just like press a series of arrows to get in the right position. I'm kind of disappointed that the first Night Rain video got like, you know, only a couple hundred views, just because that black hole bit was really funny. I really like that one. Wow, not great damage. I mean, it's not terrible, to be fair, but it's really not super great. Especially against Sanctuary Guardian, who has 2 health and dissolves like wet toilet paper. Stagger. Oops. Honestly, like the click-through rate wasn't that different from other videos. I think that video just didn't get very many views because of how YouTube recommends videos to people. Because, like, obviously most people aren't watching Night Rain videos right now, as opposed to, you know, how many Dark Souls videos they've watched from me. So, like, I think because of the game, it was specifically just not being recommended. That happens with a couple other videos that people like specifically voice that they wanted to see, like the Demon Souls Unremarkable in Odd Places video, right? That just didn't get recommended to people. The click-through rate was fine on it, but the actual amount of recommendations that it got was super low. Presumably because it's Demon Souls and fewer people watch videos about Demon Souls, so it got recommended to fewer people, kind of thing. I think the same thing happened with the Night Rain videos. Stagger? I hardly know her. Frampton is a pretty good autocorrect. Yeah, that's fair. Not watching videos for a game you haven't played is understandable. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you for joining while you could, Hilda. I hope you have a nice day. Or night, depending on where you're at. Does Frampton have a last name? Kingseeker, I guess. What music do I listen to? Mostly folk and rock. Like, I don't know, subgenres would be like butt rock, indie folk especially, that kind of thing. Ban and Pie. What the? Pie and Pan? What happened to my brain? Jesus. Are not interchangeable though. They mean specific things. Frampton Kingseeker. I wish there was a way to cosplay Frampt so I could name my character Frampton Kingseeker. If anyone has any ideas on how to cosplay Frampt, I think I kind of want to do a Dragon Torso Stone only run, and I think that would be the perfect time to name my character Frampton Kingseeker. If you're both, then you're pan. If you're both bi and pan, then you're pansexual. That would be the one that like supersedes. Frampton Kingseeker sounds like a guy from the 1700s. I agree completely. That is very true. Okay, let's see our damage. Ooh, that is technically damage. Alright, looks like we're hunkering down for a very long Artorias fight. If I die, I'm getting Red Tear Stoning. That'll definitely increase the damage dramatically. A third flip, that happens so rarely to me now. In my first playthrough, he did the third flip so often but in my recent playthroughs, he's barely ever done the third flip. Okay, I need to be careful. This is going to be a very long fight. I should probably heal, actually. Speaking of being careful. Oops. Yeah. I'm gonna heal. Yeah, that's fair, Krista. That's entirely valid. That is a very slow jump attack. I don't think that's worth. And it takes so much stamina. Oh my god. That's not worth it all. I'm technically alive. Okay, I need to equip humanity. Next time he buffs, I'm gonna do that. Okay, lesson learned. Do not ever, ever use the jump attack. RTSR would be so cool right now. RTSR range without RTSR. I've done a fight with Manus with the blue tier stone ring equipped at this health range on purpose. And that's one of my favorite Manus fights I've ever done. It was for a video, but I don't remember which one. Oh my god. Okay. Humanity. Okay. Everything's fine. Just don't get hit. And it won't be an issue. I don't know. I don't want to do Manus hitless right now. I don't think I'm, like, mentally capable of that. Do you need to summon Sif during the Manus fight to get the special cutscene, or do you just need to save her? I think you just need to save her, right? Oh. Okay, everything's fine. Good time to heal. Purple tier stone ring that does both. I don't know. I don't think that would be very useful, considering how they already nerfed red tier stone ring. And blue tier stone ring has always been mostly useless for anything beyond the early game. You know? That would probably just go even deeper into the repertoire of rings that nobody ever uses. Rings fine. Sorry for not reading a chat a ton. I am doing my best to not die to Artorias. Okay, that was a very greedy hit. Very unnecessary. Now watch me not be able to stagger him. Okay. That's scary. Okay, that was greedy. If he didn't die there, that would have been unfortunate, but we made it. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining while you could. The pingular tier stone ring, indeed. Does the Artorias buff when he gets off the couch? That's funny. I mean, I've kind of done that. Well, no, I haven't, actually. I forgot all the runs that I've done with low health have been specifically for the red tier stone ring. The Scythe in Sen's Fortress is a Bardiche. Which they called a Scythe because only history nerds know what a Bardiche is, and everyone knows what a Scythe is, probably. I don't know. It's probably just a localization thing, actually. I don't know. Blurple tier stone ring. I don't know. RTSR is really good if you're, like, trying to use it and, like, are good enough at the game to use it. Like, for most builds, it is pretty useless, but, like, it is incredible to build around it specifically, you know? And that's my favorite kind of ring. And like, I don't know, Bellowing Dragon Crest is kind of like that, where it's like, if you do a sorcery build, you're probably going to have Bellowing Dragon Crest equipped. But I feel like that's an instance where, oh, excuse me, where the ring is for the build as opposed to the build is for the ring, you know? I would say good is an overstatement. I know a lot about it because I played a lot, like well over 1,000 hours in this game probably at this point. But whether or not, you know, I'm good at it is to be debated. Right. Okay, need instability damage for a one-shot, unless I'm doing a running attack, I assume. Okay. Let me not fall too far and die instantly. An extra ring slot if you pick the type A character, body type A character. I agree. Yeah, RTSR is very, very fun. And it like makes you play the game differently as well, which I really like. Oh my god. While, you know, again, something like Bellowing Dragon Crest, while it is extremely useful, you know, doesn't make you play the game differently. It just like enhances a certain play style that you're probably going to be doing anyway. Yeah, the laughing and the pointing. It reminds me of the Gang Grumps bit. The what was that? The tic tac toe? I don't remember what the video was called, but the one where they have like the frog masks, and Danny like slaps the table and does a full arm length like pointing at Aaron, laughing. It's such a good bit. It's so funny. Yeah, I'm banned from the online because I played with mods. That's all that means. There's also a typo in that screen. I don't know if it's still there actually after the update, but there's a typo on that screen. Um, let's see. Yeah, Article instead of Article 10. Article 10. Yeah, I'm also terrible at Dark Souls 1. Relatively. I don't know. I have a lot of time in this game, so I feel like I should be skilled at it at this point, but unfortunately I am not. Eventually I want to get to that point with Dark Souls 2, where I am significantly less good than I should be despite having, you know, thousands of hours in the game. I don't know, I'm better at Dark Souls than I used to be at least. Which, granted, isn't saying much, but... There are a lot of items in Dark Souls 2, that's true. Good reason to play it over and over. Tiny one. Okay. The big ones are threatening, the small ones not so much. Do the big ones take knockback? Okay, they do. Significantly less threatening then. Just gotta be careful about it. Oh god, not like that. They do a lot of damage, so... The range definitely helps a lot. Oh, goodbye. Hello? Okay. Oh, the humanity. Cool. Yeah, Tiny Sif is funny. I kind of want to go human just so I can summon her, actually. How do I still not have bones? I only have 9,000 souls. That's fine. I have 400 hours in Elden Ring, and I am awful at it. Oh, right. I forgot I need to use a humanity again. So, yeah. Me too. um... I think the best part about being banned is that I can't get invaded now. I don't think my main account is banned off of Elden Ring. I'm not sure. But I do have a second Steam account that's connected to my first that has all the games, all the Souls games on it and stuff, like through the library sharing or whatever. Sif the Scaleless. I mean, it's true. Sif doesn't have scales. It works. I forgot. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, everything's fine. We're good. Yeah, I like co-op, which is why I have the second account. But like, I play through with friends all the time, because you know I'm the Dark Souls girl in my friend group. Okay, I don't remember where the summon sign is. I found the summon sign. Okay, Sif has been summoned. That is technically damage. I suck at dodging that. Sif, help! Drink. Faster. Okay. Sif, help! Why is she just standing there? Good effort. A for effort. She tried. That's all that really matters. I wanted to do an attack. Sif, come on. I believe in you. Oh my god. She's going for it. Oh, okay. No, Sif! Wow, my voice cracked horribly there. Maybe I need to drink more water. Come on, Sif. You got this. I believe in you. Is she even hitting him? Does she just do no damage? Is that the issue? A scaleful Sif? Ew. I think Sif just does no damage. And is also very, very passive. Yeah, Sif does not do a lot of damage. I guess it's, like, lore accurate. She does have a lot of health, though. And gives me a chance to heal. Oof. Why did it suddenly switch to me? I hadn't even hit him yet. I think Manus is homophobic. I think that's the issue. He likes dogs, but he's homophobic. Weird combo. Oh my god! That did so much damage to Sif. Okay, do not let Sif, or do not let Manus attack Sif. Okay. I'm trying to take it slow so I don't end up dying. Need to be careful. It's weird when he randomly starts attacking Sif though too, because I'm just like not used to knowing when to attack when he's not directly attacking me. And it's not like Elden Ring where you can just pray and have it work out sometimes. Yeah. Everything's fine. She's just a little guy. True. good. Something tells me this attack would obliterate Sif. So, yeah, definitely. Oh, she's limping. No. No wonder she's not attacking. Okay, can you do something I can punish now, please? Oh, God. Not that. Hit him in the forehead. Okay. Ah. Okay. I'm very glad the wall wasn't just there, so I could actually get distance. I mean, Sif helped a little bit. So we can credit Sif for this win, I think. She did her best, and that's what really matters. The reverse John Awake? What does that even mean? Wow, that roll attack is not good. Very, very not good damage. Did you just hit Sif? You're so rude. She's not even doing anything. She's just hanging out. You are very much not the only one. Yeah, I do not enjoy the open world of Elden Ring very much, especially compared to, I don't know, the rest of the game. We did it, Sif. Can I pet her? Here, pets. Wake up Dusk, of course. I don't know. Elden Ring isn't my favorite already, but the open world definitely doesn't help. Okay. Now we can go fight Sif in the modern day. I actually gotta remember to watch the cutscene because I never watched that cutscene. I'm sure this will give me enough to buy the thing. Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, on a first playthrough, I think the open world does a lot. I'm gonna repair. I probably don't need to, but I get paranoid, and this is gonna make me feel better. Not that. Oops. But yeah, like in a first playthrough, it feels so expansive and like fun to explore and everything. But in a second playthrough, it's just like, okay, I just need to run in that direction for 10 minutes and I can reach where I want to go. This was my first time ever getting the special Sif cutscene, actually. I've never done that before. Totally not depressing and sad, yeah. Not at all. That doesn't suck. Like, it does split damage, so it doesn't do a ton of damage to enemies that are resistant to magic. And it's not, like, the best for scaling either, but... I don't know. Has good range, has a fun moveset. I think it's a pretty solid weapon. Like, again, not, like, good. If you want good, though, like, I don't know. Gargoyle's Halberd, you're guaranteed to get that by Anorlinda, right? So, I don't know. And I think when you're at the point where you're looking for, you know, fun weapons that you've never used before to use, like, I think weaker weapons are generally better because it makes you experience the game more because you've already played it so much, you know? Twin princes, like Lothric and Lorien twin princes. Stay close, roll behind when you can. It's a rhythm game. Dodge hit, dodge hit. I mean, that's like all of Dark Souls 3, but it's especially true of while taking the rain. I'm trying to like actually read chat, but it's difficult when I'm trying to also play the video game. Yeah, a lot of the little like catacombs and caves and stuff are very, very repetitive for sure. They're also just like not useful most of the time. Like if you're doing a spell sword build or whatever, most of them will have stuff for magic or like maybe a talisman or whatever if you're lucky. But if you're just doing a melee build, most of the side dungeons are completely useless. I mean, there's 3 of them, so I don't think the 2 nickels bit works, but yeah. I don't know. Is Gwyndolin ever described as a prince? I know he's called um dark and brooding goddess or whatever. Oh, here it comes. I will be silent for the cutscene. Well, sorry, Sif. um, yeah, first time for me ever seeing that in game, which is cool. I've never actually done DLC early enough for that to happen. That's not true. I did DLC immediately before doing any of the 4 lords once because I wanted to use the gold and silver tracer, but I got the tracer and then immediately left the DLC, so I never actually rescued Sif. So yeah, that's my first time ever seeing that in game. Rest in peace. That was such an underwhelming fight too. She just died. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Do you not get a bone from that? Oh, right, okay. Wow, that was awful. That's worse than shooting Solaire in the forehead. Okay, I should put on the ring before I forget. And then, I don't know, this is probably the heaviest piece of armor I have. Oh, and my legs are cute. Because I'm human right now. So we don't have to look at beef jerky legs. Yeah, you can do that with any of the bosses. But oh my god, of course. Um, but most of the time, it's not really worth it. I don't even think to do that. The only time I've ever done that was for Ceaseless. And even then, like, most of the time you have the souls from Quailag anyway, so... I like how we went from, oh my god, that cutscene is so sad, to girl feet in all caps. Dark Souls is a wonderful series. Pardon me. The battle axe in Dark Souls 1 is pretty good. The hand axe in Dark Souls 1 is also pretty good. The battle axe, or I used the deep battle axe from in Dark Souls 3 from the Mimic early on for the Dancer fight, and that's pretty good too. So I disagree. Last time someone plays Dark Souls, I don't know. It'll probably be a pretty big fan who finds it as like a relic of the past in the future. I imagine that's probably what it'll look like. Oh my god. Wait, does this have Sweet Spot? The damage was different. Does that mean Sweet Spot damage? Or is it because magic damage? Like split damage? I'm not actually sure what the... Oh no, it's because the stagger when you miss, huh? That's right. Okay, good timing. Yeah, hand axe is just so insanely fast, so it's just good. I've never used it in Dark Souls 3, but it's very good in Dark Souls 1 and 2. Okay. I was kind of worried about this fight, but I suppose there was no reason to be. Probably could do 4 kings if the damage to the king was the same as the health bar, but... Uh-oh. I can't believe you were hoping I'd forget to put the ring on. That's rude. I think that might be the worst insult I've ever gotten. And that's saying a lot. I do YouTube videos for a living. The scythe isn't terrible in Dark Souls 3. Unless you mean, like, the Bardiche scythe. I don't know if that's actually called the scythe in Dark Souls 3. But, like, the Great Scythe in Dark Souls 3 is very solid. The Corbian scythe is, like, just better. But the Great Scythe is pretty good. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yeah, Dark Souls 3 one-shot challenge. I don't know. That's not really my thing, though. Dark Souls 3, generally. I don't think I would be... Or I would know enough to be able to do that well, to be honest. I just like doing weird stuff in Dark Souls 1. I want to do... soul level... negative 83, I think it is. In New Game Plus 6. I was going to do soul level 1 New Game Plus 6, but... You know, the soul level negative 83 thing that I think Splee found it. I don't remember. But yeah, that just makes that run so much more interesting. So that, I don't know, that's going to be kind of novel, I think. Yeah, the Great Scythe on its own isn't bad, but yeah, I guess because it's so outclassed by other weapons in its class, that makes sense. Worse than being called a slur. I mean, I call myself... My partners call me slurs all the time, so... I don't know. That doesn't hit that bad. I don't think I've upgraded my stamina at all. I think 12 is the base for the warrior, I think I chose. I don't remember. Oh, you mean... no. Level... negative 84 is no stamina. But if you put 1 level into anything, it gives you a base amount of stamina and health, which is feasible. Styro, both of those would be not an insult most of the time. Mailbreaker? I don't know, I feel like Mailbreaker wouldn't be that bad if you use buffs. I'm working on Straight Sword Hill Soul level 1 right now, and I'm kind of stuck on Ornstein and Smough. The damage is awful, but I don't know. It's very possible for me. I've just been struggling. Yeah, you have a little bit of stamina at negative 83, but not negative 84. Yeah, I don't know. Mailbreaker on its own is probably bad, but like, if you buff it, I don't think it'd be that bad. That's why I think Ghost Blade is probably the worst weapon in the game, because it can't be buffed and it has awful scaling, so there's just nothing you can do to get decent damage out of it. And it's fine early on, like up through, I don't know, Ornstein and Smough, but by the time you get to the DLC, it's just horrible. Dragon Bone Fist is pretty terrible, but again, you can buff that, so I don't think it's the worst in the game. I think that still goes to the Ghost Blade. Hello, Hawkbird Tree, welcome. Well, you can get the Corvian Great Scythe right after you get the Great Scythe, right? So, like, yeah. I understand. I was actually gonna do a sniper crossbow playthrough, because like I did the bow playthrough, right? The bow only playthrough, and that ended up being kind of easy. um, and that was fun, because like, oh, it's a challenge run or whatever, right? Um, but it's like one of the easiest quote unquote challenge runs I've ever done. So I wanted to do a sniper crossbow playthrough because I thought the same thing would be true. It is very much not the case. It attacks so absurdly slow. Um, it's very, very difficult. The sniper crossbow is pretty terrible. But just for the fact that it actually does damage, I still think that Ghost Blade is a little bit worse. Because if you just like, Havels with the sniper crossbow and just max out your health, I don't think it would be that bad. So, yeah, the normal rapier in Dark Souls 1 is pretty bad. Estoc is just like better in my experience. And even then, like, not super great. Well, you can buy a rapier from Andre, right? So I don't think either one is difficult to get to. I don't think the Great Epee is in Dark Souls 1, unfortunately. Otherwise, I probably would have done that run a long time ago. You can't get rapier from Andre? Where do you get the rapier then? Because I remember getting it super early. Or is it from Undead Merchant? Male Undead Merchant. Yeah, okay. In that case, yeah, I would say neither one is... Oh. What? Oh, I tried to quit out and I changed my resolution. Squished. Hold on. Let me fix this. Uh... oh, okay. There we go. Oops. I don't even know how I did that. I must have pressed up twice somehow. I mean, yeah, but you also have to, like, know that New Londo is there. So, like, if you explore for it, technically it's easier to get, but I would argue that the rapier is easier to find early game, because you're probably going to find the male Undead Merchant regardless. You know? But, like, yeah, all things being equal, if you know exactly where both weapons are, then, yeah, I guess the stock is probably easier to get. Yeah, my first playthrough of Dark Souls 1, I went straight to the catacombs, died a couple times, and just stopped. um, and then I played Dark Souls 2 for a bit. Really, really loved it, and like actually tried to explore and talk to NPCs and stuff. Had a great time with it, and then went back and beat Dark Souls 1. And then beat Dark Souls 2, and then beat Dark Souls 3. Right, the length of the weapon should make the worm not too much of an issue, hopefully. Oops. There we go. I don't expect Demon Fire Sage to be difficult either. Or Centipede. Actually, I don't expect anything else in the game to be difficult, except for maybe Nito. But I don't think the skeletons are exactly resistant to magic, so... Oops. Skill issue on my part. um... Yeah, whatever. Not as much damage as I would prefer, but it's also Demon Fire Sage, so whatever. At the same time as Skyrim. I can't imagine that went well for your Skyrim experience. I played Skyrim for the first time before Dark Souls 1, fell off it hard. Then played it again after Dark Souls 1 and enjoyed it even less. I really tried to get into Skyrim. Like I did, I think I completed the Thieves Guild and maybe one other. Or yeah, the main quest line for it anyway. But I just could not get into that game. I really tried and it just was not my thing. There we go. Locking on is a good idea for the Stray Demon. It lets you, like, if you just spam roll, you'll end up behind it. I don't know. Locking on is good in this game. Because the game is very built for the omnidirect, or the four-directional rolling. Yeah, Skyrim is not good. I don't know. It's good if you like, specifically the roleplay aspect. But I just don't think that the world itself is intriguing. I don't think that the combat or like gameplay generally is really worth the rest of the game for. The exploration is fine, but even then, like the world itself has to be interesting for the exploration to be worth it. And in my opinion, it's just not. Like, I think the lore itself is interesting, but like I can just go to the wiki and read that for a better experience for me, rather than having to deal with the rest of the game systems that I don't like. To, maybe read a couple books, which is something that I don't want to do while playing a game anyway. Wow, Night Rain reference. What the? Hitboxes. I don't believe in those. I'm gonna put this on. Okay. I'm so glad you can cut the arm and tail off in Night Rain. I would have been so sad. Is it only Dark Souls and Night Rain that have tail cuts now? Do any bosses in any of the other games have tail cuts at all? And Night Rain only because they brought back a Dark Souls 1 boss too. There's no other tail cuts in the series. That's very unfortunate. I like Morrowind. I feel like the anachronisms in Daggerfall would be a bit much for me, though. I hope Bed of Chaos is a Night Rain. That would actually be so cool to see Bed of Chaos, or even a similar boss, in a situation where people would be more likely to enjoy it just because of the game being built for platforming, more so than Dark Souls. But I don't know. I think redoing a platforming focused boss would be interesting, and they just really haven't done much like that. Like they've done bosses where the arena is very much a part of the boss, but not specifically based on the movement itself, which is unfortunate. At least not that I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah, Oblivion was one where like it's like I mean, I know it's literally between Morrowind and Skyrim, but um I don't know, it's also that way in terms of my enjoyment of it. I like it significantly more than Skyrim, but it's also very, I don't know, it doesn't have enough of the interesting world design of Morrowind to really capture my attention. Like the first time you go to Oblivion is very cool. It's like, oh my god, I'm in hell. That's crazy. And you go back and it's the same, and you go back and it's the same, and like the rest of the world is just generic fantasy landscape, which like at the time was fine, but I don't know, it just doesn't capture my attention anymore, or never really did because I ended up playing it after engaging with, in my opinion, much more interesting fantasy. Yeah, exactly, right in the middle. Yeah, and like again, it's interesting. It's just that you do the same thing every time, or very very similar things. But to be fair, like that's how all the Elder Scrolls games are. You're just kind of doing the same things over and over with different contexts, and like that's one of the main reasons they never really capture my interest. I played Morrowind for quite a while though, and really liked it. So, or well, really liked it is probably a stretch, but I was motivated to continue playing for quite a while. I love the completely silent slide. It's so great. You just hear like slight wind ambience. Here we go. How did you? I never got that far in Morrowind. Like I did a good chunk of the main quest and quite a few side quests, but it's just like a lot of general exploring. But I didn't get that far into the main quest, especially not anywhere near the end. So I don't even know what the prerequisites are to reach the boss. No, I jumped to the wrong place. Yeah, it's also been a while, so to be honest, those names mean nothing to me. Not better than Doom. Thank you so much for the money. um, which Doom? Like 2016? Because in that case, I would disagree. Um, Then the original I would understand, but I would still disagree based on personal preference. Again, thank you. I don't know. I never got... I tried to play 2016. SNES Doom. Okay. I tried to get into the Doom 2016, but the exploration just didn't do it for me. I don't know. I wanted to like explore the levels because I think that's a fun thing to do in that kind of game, but I don't know, just not my thing, I guess. That's awesome. I think that's one of my favorite bits of Elder Scrolls lore I've ever learned. Yeah, I played 1 and 2, and then a little bit of 64, and also a little bit of 3. I think I played the original Doom 3, not BFG. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't enough for me to want to play through a significant amount of it. Whee. Ah, okay, perfect timing. Totally intentional and was not spam rolling at all. That would be crazy. Doom 64 is probably my favorite classic Doom game. Haven't played much Doom. I don't know. It's one of those series that's like, you have to play it at least at some point. Like, you have to play the first level of Doom, right? That's just a thing that you have to do if you enjoy retro games or just like the idea of video games in general. But yeah, I don't know. I get it. That's an unfortunate attack to see there, but not awful. Okay, don't get muted, please. Everything's fine. We're good. I mean, I'm sure I would have been scared of them as a kid too, to be fair. I think the idea of demons was scary enough to horrify me as a child. I actually have a friend who really, really loves Doom 2016. And also really liked Eternal, but I never tried Eternal and couldn't get into 2016, but that was the only reason I really tried, to be honest. Okay, Nito. Hopefully Nito doesn't end up being too terrible. Probably not. I'm sure I can beat him in 1 or 2 tries. I hope. We'll see. I mean, I'm not... Oh, obvious I'm not anymore. I wasn't toward the end of my childhood, but... Actually, I think it was the other way around. As a young child, I didn't think about it, and like the idea of demons didn't really scare me because I didn't know anything about it. And then my parents became Christian, and then, you know, I was 100% convinced that demons were real. And then was horrified of the idea of them. So, you know, I feel like religion is just psychological torture used as a control mechanism. Like, I knew it was that, but it didn't really occur in my mind to think of it as specifically that, to be honest. Yeah, it's just Nito. It'll be fine. Can one-shot the skeletons. That means it'll be easy, probably. Why can't I rest? Oh, you. Get out of here. How can you... Wait, that doesn't... They're Christian, but they don't believe one of the core fundamentals of what Christianity believes? Because, like, demons interweave with like everything in Christianity, right? Like even if you go back to like the Satan and everything, and the Divine Council and whatever, like demons are still there in religious books. I don't know. I can't say anything outside of the Bible and some of the Torah, but yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah. So, um, in like Job, I don't know if I don't know how many people here have like heard Bible stories, but for me, it was just like a ubiquitous part of culture and childhood and everything. So like I heard tons and tons of Bible stories, and one of the books of the Bible is called Job, and like Job is tempted by in modern translations, he's just I should grab the thing for fun. He's just called Satan, right? And it's like, you know, the red horns and everything that you think of, but originally it was a title, and the Satan was a member of what's called the Divine Council, which was literally multiple gods, all like, and other divine entities, right? Convening and like in Jewish mythology, El, or who later became Yahweh, who then became the Christian God, was like the head god. In earlier interpretations, Yahweh was just like basically a god of war, who presided over the Israelites specifically. But then obviously, so Canaanites split off to become Israelites. Anyway, point is, the Divine Council had a member whose title was the Satan, whose specific job it was to go and test humans to see if they were like worthy. And that's like the whole story of Job. And like now in modern translations, it's described as like, the one who hates God. It's like, hey, I bet I can make this guy sin. But originally it was like, hey, we need to test this guy because I think he has some gumption to him. I've never used that word before, I don't think. Anyway, yeah, Jewish mythology, when it's not mired by Christianity, is honestly really interesting. The Bible ripped off Dark Souls. The Book of Job. Yeah, Lot's Daughters is crazy. Christianity generally being based on, I mean, Judaism too, being based on that, all of that is just insane. But if I go into the story of Lot and like Sodom and Gomorrah, I'll probably get banned off of YouTube. Welcome back, Krista. Well, yeah, but like it is specifically said in several places that demons are a thing, right? And are specifically conspiring against humans and helping Satan and whatever. Like literally. There's no way you can interpret every single instance of the existence of demons as metaphorical. That just doesn't work. The whole Bible falls apart at that point. Gumption is fun to say. I can't believe I've never used that word before. Well, I hope you are able to sleep later. Ow. Hopefully Nito doesn't take too many tries. Okay, thank you for letting me heal Nito. I really appreciate that. That's huge. Demons are a girl's best friend. Might have been a werewolf. Depends on the demon, I suppose. Uh-oh. Ah. Oh my god. The skeleton's deciding to do the most annoying attacks they have. Okay, everything's fine. Gonna heal a little bit with my unupgraded Estus. Okay, yeah, this isn't awful. I can one-shot the skeletons, so could be worse. And I have a long weapon, so I don't have to deal with most of Nito's BS. Or at least the skeletons, anyway. Get out. Okay, everything's fine. What? How did you survive that? That's rude. Oh. Owie. Yeah, that rolling attack is really bad. I don't want to go this way, but I don't really have a choice. I hope this is far enough. Okay, we're good. I actually have a lot of videos about Christianity from a long time ago. Because I was Christian, and then I made a bunch of videos like talking about the series is called My Experience with Christianity. Because I was like watching, no, excuse me, I was watching a lot of videos of other people who were, talking about that thing. Think like Cosmic Skeptic, Genetically Modified Skeptic, Aaron Ra, like the atheist community thing they got going on. And like those really, really helped me, and I wanted to put my story out there. And like I don't like them now. Did somebody just kindle Nito's bonfire? Anyway, I don't like those videos now because I hate my voice in them, but I do think a lot of the stories are really funny. Welcome back, Ria. Catholicism is just like that. Maybe I should play Blasphemous. I have both games, but I've never played either of them. Yeah, I feel like the Gravelord Miracles definitely should have had those, but here we are. Where they're just kind of underutilized. Okay. The longer it will be until you shower. Well, hopefully I can beat Gwyn first try. So, we'll see. The only physical Dark Souls merch I've ever gotten was the like comic collection, the graphic novel collection, and some of the art in that is interesting. The lore is also very much not related to the games whatsoever. If it is, like, if you could square it away with the game, it would probably all be, or almost all be related to Dark Souls 2. And like, some of it does take place pre-Dark Souls 1, but like lore-wise, it just doesn't make sense. But it is a really interesting read. I don't know. I read it one time when our power was out for a couple days. And I finished it all within like a few hours, I think. You would need an incubus. What? My taste buds and brain love coffee, but my tummy also hates it. Oh, fanbook? Very much not my thing. I don't like... I probably shouldn't have done that. I don't like when fans like share an interpretation of the lore, just because it's like, I want to come up with my own interpretation. I want to be told what happens, not how that is interpreted by people, but I can see liking that. But I don't know. Prepare to Cry was never my favorite thing. Wow. I did it. I drink creamer with coffee in it. I mean, creamer's good. I like black coffee depending on the rest. Black Night Spear would look like probably not dissimilar from this. Maybe with a pokey bit at the end. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoy it regardless. Yeah, like it depends on the roast. Diner coffee is one of the worst experiences you can possibly have. Um, but Devil tubers? Oh, like Aron Ra and whatever. Dark to the souls. Yeah, that's why I'm not wearing shoes right now. Alright, anyway. Genetically modified skeptic normal? What do you mean by normal? Jesus. Conclusions on the weapon. Split damage is unfortunate. Scaling is not great because of that, but has a fun moveset, has good range, whatever. I think it's a cool weapon. Acquire a taste that tastes bad. I mean, I don't know. I just like coffee. I think it tastes good. Yeah, it's decent. Most atheist YouTubers aren't bigoted freaks, at least now. Like, I don't know. In the past, you had like Sargon or whatever, who, yeah, obviously is a bigoted freak, but I don't know. The ones I mentioned aren't. And again, like, they really shaped my views, or helped rather me to come to conclusions about, you know, I used to be transphobic, right? So yeah, Emma Thorne is great. Yeah. Tastes like Switch cartridges? I disagree. um anyway, oh, Zoe B, she's a literature teacher, but she has talked about some stuff like that too, I think. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I love you all. I don't know how to end this.